Taehyung and Jungkook just broke the internet again, and Chicago is the witness. Right in the middle of their tour, Taehyung was caught feeding Jungkook. But the craziest part? Jin was the one holding the camera. Welcome back to T Diary, ARMY. We are here to talk about all the sweet, chaotic, and viral moments of our 7 favorite boys. Let's dive right into this crazy Chicago update. ARMYs were just casually scrolling through social media when suddenly, Instagram notifications went entirely crazy. Taehyung uploaded a massive series of photos that instantly turned the entire timeline upside down that very day. Chicago, a remarkably busy city, unexpectedly became the perfect spot for them to finally spend some relaxing time together in the middle of their exhausting tour schedule. At a quick first glance, it really just looked like any standard, casual holiday photo update. However, hold on a second. There is one tiny, very specific detail in that upload that immediately made every single ARMY stop and zoom in completely on one particular spot. You guys probably already know exactly which photo I am talking about right now, don't you? It is the one that completely shattered the internet and left the entire fandom screaming. The chaotic energy and the pure joy radiating from this update is simply unmatched and totally unforgettable. Yes, you guessed it entirely right. Right there, in one particular frame, it is incredibly clear that Taehyung is gently feeding Jungkook. There is absolutely no awkwardness between them at all, everything just looks so wonderfully natural, exactly like a completely normal routine they have been doing every single day. Jungkook casually accepts the food with zero hesitation, while Taehyung is completely focused on making sure the younger member is eating properly. This tiny, seemingly simple moment alone is more than enough to prove exactly how remarkably close they truly are whenever they step off the stage. The precious bond they share always manages to beautifully warm our hearts. But wait just a minute, if the two of them were busy enjoying their delicious food, who exactly was the person standing behind the camera taking this intimate picture? The real answer is definitely going to make you scream and squeal even more than before. As it remarkably turns out, the unexpected hero working brilliantly behind the scenes of this beautiful masterpiece is none other than our absolute favorite eldest member, Kim Seokjin. Instead of joining in on the eating session, Jin shockingly decided to take over the crucial role right behind the camera. He precisely directed the perfect angles and flawlessly captured his beloved younger brothers in the absolute best lighting possible. Just try to imagine Jin, with his famously dramatic and iconic personality, lightly scolding them while proudly exclaiming, "Stay perfectly still right there, let your incredibly handsome Hyung take a very good picture of you." This perfectly balanced combination of Jin's playful teasing and his undeniable, deep affection for the Mognays instantly makes the whole atmosphere in that photograph feel unbelievably warm and beautifully alive. So, what exactly did the entire internet do when they discovered Jin's hidden talent? The very second that absolutely everyone finally realized Jin was the brilliant mastermind who snapped the picture, the comment sections across all social platforms and Twitter completely erupted in sheer chaos. Countless numbers of passionate ARMYs started jokingly saying that Jin was heavily acting as a professional, top-tier VIP third wheel right in the middle of Taekook's extremely sweet dinner. There were also tons of incredibly hilarious netizens dropping comments like, "Only Jin Hyung holds the ultimate, highly exclusive VIP access to ever photograph them from a distance this remarkably close." This overwhelmingly chaotic reaction is totally understandable, especially considering that sweet, deeply casual moments like this are exactly what the massive global fandom eagerly waits for every single day. But surprisingly enough, if we carefully dive a little bit deeper, their little Chicago getaway was not entirely just about that one feeding moment. Right before that iconic, massively viral feeding moment actually took place, Taehyung also generously shared an absolutely precious group photo of the 5 of them happily hanging out together. Right there in the frame, you could clearly see Jin, RM, J-Hope, and of course, our lovely Jungkook. They all looked incredibly relaxed and comfortable, taking a much-needed, genuinely refreshing breather from the immense pressure of their massive stadium concerts and the blindingly bright flashes of professional cameras. Their clothes were wonderfully casual, their smiles were wonderfully wide, and the overall aura surrounding them was just purely positive. ARMYs were undoubtedly so incredibly relieved and deeply touched to see them walking around and dining peacefully just like completely regular people. However, this heartwarming peace and quiet obviously did not last very long at all, because a certain someone named Taehyung suddenly started acting up again. Whenever Taehyung is physically present in any kind of gathering, you can always absolutely guarantee that some sort of hilarious mischief is completely bound to happen. In another wildly entertaining moment that was shared online, it became very evident that Taehyung was actively starting to playfully bother both RM and Jin, who were just casually minding their own daily business. Whether he was just randomly pulling on their comfortable shirts, making outrageously funny facial expressions, or simply causing his older brothers to helplessly shake their heads in pure, total resignation, this completely random, deeply endearing interaction flawlessly highlights exactly how amazingly comfortable and incredibly secure Taehyung feels whenever he is constantly surrounded by them. And while this entire chaotic situation was actively unfolding between Taehyung, Jin, and RM, can you possibly try to take a wild guess at what our beloved Golden Magne was doing? While Taehyung was entirely busy being a playful menace and bothering both RM and Jin with his non-stop, highly energetic antics, Jungkook apparently had a very different set of priorities entirely. Food. In one highly amusing, completely separate photo, Jungkook looked unbelievably immersed in enjoying a massive, delightfully cold bowl of his absolutely favorite noodles. His facial expression was so incredibly serious and deeply focused, making it hilariously seem as if the entire world around him had completely stopped spinning whenever his beloved stomach was intimately involved in the matter. This undeniably charming contrast successfully made millions of ARMYs burst out laughing immediately. The older members were loudly bickering and playfully joking around, while he just quietly and happily ate his cold noodles in pure, absolute peace. This hilarious little scene perfectly completed the beautifully sweet chaos of their highly anticipated Chicago vacation. From Taehyung tenderly feeding Jungkook with so much care, to Jin sacrificing his precious eating time just to transform into a dedicated photographer, to the hilarious pranks pulled on a very exhausted RM, all the way to Jungkook being incredibly serious with his deliciously cold noodles. This specific, highly viewed Instagram upload was not just a basic, regular tour schedule update at all. Instead, it powerfully showed us the incredibly genuine, fiercely loving family dynamic that brightly exists right behind the massive, legendary name of BTS. It is exactly this specific type of beautifully simple, incredibly pure warmth that continuously makes all of the devoted ARMYs across the globe feel so immensely happy and fall even deeper in love with them every single day. Despite the intensely draining exhaustion of their massive tour, they always manage to find time to deeply nurture their incredible bond and create stunning, everlasting memories together. So, that was our fun breakdown of Taekook and the rest of the members in Chicago. Which part made you scream the loudest? The feeding moment, or finding out Jin was the photographer? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Tea Diary, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next viral update. Thanks for watching, Borahi, and see you in the next one.